Want to welcome everyone. Thank you for coming. This is really exciting just to all be able to be together and to kind of close out 2020 together. And I'm looking at some of your spaces and you've really kind of set the mood. You've got some candles going on, or you're just in your space as it is. And that's the other beautiful thing, right? The beauty of the virtual is that you're practicing wherever you are. So whether you've set your space up specifically or not, like this is your yoga space now, and we'll embark on a practice together. I just want to give you a little bit of a layout because some of you are familiar with Jeff. You've taken his classes at Lifetime, and others of you might be new to him, and then also vice versa. Some of you might be new to me and more familiar with Jeff. So I just wanted to let you know how it's going to roll. It's a Zoom class, just like always. I will begin and we'll go through Vinyasa as we do. If you're new to Vinyasa, don't worry, I cue you through and I provide a visual demonstration. This virtual background will drop away momentarily. We just wanted to have a little fun. And then after we do some movement and some nice heat building, my voice will change drastically and sound a lot like Jeff. So Jeff will come in and guide you through the second portion of class. I just didn't want that to throw anybody off when that transition does happen. And you also might hear us like transition the music too and just kind of hand pass the baton. So you know, just stay in your practice in your zone and roll with it. And then, you know, we'll have fun. So this is a 90-minute class. If you have to jump out early, you jump out early. It's no big deal as always. Okay. Any questions before we get started? I'm waving to Zoe. Okay, great. Here's my actual yoga studio.
And mine here.
And Jeff's. And we'll begin tonight in child's pose, a nice wide child's pose if that's accessible to you. So you'll take your knees out nice and wide, stretch those inner thighs. Toes together, hips sink back. Any arm position that's calling to you. You might want to walk the arms on the inside of the legs. Make a little basket for the head that can feel nice. Take a few clearing breaths right in the beginning of your practice. Tonight we'll focus on both the idea of permanence and impermanence. See if you can identify something that is a constant. And then at various points throughout your practice, see if you can identify something that is impermanent and changing, in flux.
If you didn't begin with the arms between the legs, walk them back there now so that you're connecting the outer arm to the inner leg. Some of you may know where we're going with this. Later, we'll be in a posture doing this very same connection, although it'll feel much different. See if you can start to squeeze the legs into the arms just a little bit. As you do, see if the core starts to engage and embrace that. Deepen the breath. Start to prepare the body for movement, or prepare the mind for movement. Slowly walk the hands out, nice and long, stretch them out. Then take the hands, walk them over to the right. Nice gentle side body stretch. Maybe you tent the fingers. This is about exploring the sensation that you feel in your body, not about anything else. Start to walk the hands back through center. And then take them to the other side. Spend one more breath here. And then walk the hands back through center. Keep the arms extended forward and plant the palms. Separate your fingers nice and wide. Start to shift the weight forward. Tuck your toes and find a high plank position. See if you can firm up through the legs. Hit the rib cage together and squeeze the belly up and in. Start to grip the mat with your finger pads. And then actively press the mat away. See how that changes. The experience, the sensation, the breath. And perhaps try to keep that breath as a constant. Good. Tap the knees down. They'll stay nice and narrow. And then sink the hips back to the heels for a quick child's pose. This time, inhale, come forward onto all fours. Look forward, drop the belly, lift the heart. You're in cow pose. Exhale, tuck your toes. Lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here and get acquainted with the shape. If this shape doesn't serve you, then you can opt for tabletop or child's. Another 2 breaths here and you can pedal out the knees. And look forward, come forward to a high plank position, engage everything just like before. Exhale, tap the knees down, child's pose. We're going to flow through those shapes. Inhale, come forward, tabletop. Drop the belly, lift the heart. Good. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward, high plank. Exhale, child's pose. Tap the knees, sink the hips. A few more rounds. See if you can melt one shape into the next. All fours, drop the belly, lift the heart. That's your back bends. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, down dog. Inhale, come forward, high plank, firing up the belly. Exhale, child's pose, tap the knees. Come forward, all fours, drop the belly, lift the heart. Start to trust your breath and your body. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing. Inhale, high plank, like a wave, you're rolling your body out. Exhale, child's pose. Allow everything to melt into the next. All fours, drop the belly, cow pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Do one more full round like that. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, child's. Inhale, all fours, heavy belly, lift heart. Exhale, down dog. Pause in down dog, pedal the feet. Really press into your thumb and index finger as you heavy your head. Reach your right leg up on an inhale. Flex that right foot and then bring your knee to your nose. Exhale, shift the weight forward so you're in a plank-like position but with your knee to your nose. Hold it there. Good, we'll do 2 more times, a little quicker. Inhale, reach the right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. You can round the back, really press the floor away. Last one, inhale, reach up. Exhale, knee, nose. Inhale, reach the right leg up. And exhale, lower it downwards. Warming up. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee, nose. Hold the first one a little longer. Get acquainted. Shoulders line up over wrists. And then left leg back up, inhale. 2 more times. Knee, nose, exhale. Inhale, left leg reach. Exhale, knee, nose. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, land it down. Lift your heels, inhale. Bend your knees and look forward. Walk, step, or hop your feet to meet your hands at the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen, look forward, and lean forward. If the hands don't touch the ground, no problem. You can bring them to your thighs, to your waist, anywhere on the leg except the knee. And then exhale, bow, fold. You're still tipping forward. Allow the body to dangle. Gentle bend in the knees here. And roll up to stand. Arms reach out, around, and up. Hands come together. Prayer in front of your heart. Take a breath in. And out. Maybe you set an intention for your practice this evening. An intention you'd like to close 1 year out with. And welcome another. And release your hands by your side. Take a nice big breath in, really root down through the feet, reach up with your arms. Exhale, side lean to the right. You can catch your left wrist and then lean to the right. Good, inhale through center. Exhale, other side. Inhale through center, lift the gaze up. Exhale, bow and fold. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Step your left foot back, exhale. So you're in a low runner's lunge. Fingers don't touch, that's okay. Hands can come to the thigh if that's more accessible for you. 2 more breaths here in low lunge. Activate the legs. Right heel drives down, back thigh squeezes in. Rock forward and back, that's fine. And nice and simple, step the left foot to meet the right. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. And exhale, step the right foot back. Please drive the left heel down and squeeze the right thigh forward. Perhaps you hold it static for a breath or two, meaning you don't move in, and then you rock it. Right? Explore your breath and your body. Then step your right foot up to meet your left. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, bow and fold. This time, bend your knees, sink your hips back, and reach your arms up for chair pose. Let's fire up the legs. Press through the heels. You can even take your hands on the outside of your knees, right on the outside, sinking nice and low. Press the knees against the hands and the hands against the knees. Feel all that activation. Breath is in and out, and maybe it's your constant, or it's trying to be. Good, rise to stand. Take the arms, swoop them up and overhead. And then exhale, bow and fold. Inhale, lengthen, lean forward, look forward. Step the left foot back, exhale. This time, drop the right knee down. Sink the hips over the left heel, straighten the right leg. Body's not that warm yet. That's okay, just allow your body to stop where it stops. Pull the right heel up. Good, and then shift your weight forward. Plant the right foot, lift the back knee, step feet together. Lengthen, look forward. Bow, fold. Right foot steps back, low runners. And then tap the back knee down. Straighten the front leg, sink the hips. So we're giving the hamstring and the glutes a little love before we move a little quicker. Shift the weight forward, plant the left foot, lift the back knee, step feet together, top of mat. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, bow, fold. Return to chair pose. Inhale, bend knees, sink hips. See if you can activate the legs even without your hands touching the outside of your knees. Pretend that they are. See if you can cultivate stillness here. Stillness beneath the breath. Rise to stand, hands by your side, exhale. Inhale, swoop the arms up, nice big reach. Side lean to your right, catch the left wrist. Inhale through center, lift. Exhale, other side, lean. Inhale through center, lift. Exhale, bow, fold. Chair pose for one breath. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, bow, fold. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Take the left foot, step it back. Tap the back knee down. Sink the hips to the back heel. Exhale. This time, shift your weight forward. Plant your right foot. Lift the back knee. Left hand down, right hand to waist. Let's just start to twist. Good, and then take the right hand down. Step the left foot up. Lengthen, look forward. Right foot goes back, exhale. Firm up through the legs. And then tap back knee, sink back, straighten, and fold. Come forward, replant, lift the back knee, right hand down, left hand to waist. We're doing that so you can gently open the shoulder. Awesome, left hand down. This time step back to a high plank, please. Now if you'd like to warm up your chaturanga, tapping your knees down first, please do. Otherwise, lower to chaturanga and hover at the bottom. Another full breath here at the bottom. Hover, hold. Good, and then tap all the way down. Untuck the toes.
Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. And take a back bend that feels right for you. Inhale to reach the heart forward. Maybe you straighten the elbows. Maybe you walk the hands wide, you decide. Paint the body back down. Tuck the toes, press up into high plank. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Another full breath here in dog. Right leg reaches up on an inhale. Right knee to nose on exhale. Let's take that again and then we'll step through. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose and step forward. This time, melt the back heel down. Come up for warrior one. Inhale, reach the arms up. So if you can see my back foot, it's at an angle with the heart. That doesn't feel right on your back heel. You'll spin it up and come to high lunge. Good, hands to your waist. Straighten the right leg. Start to hinge at your waist and fold forward. Pulling the right hip back. Staying active in the feet. Rebend the front knee and reach the arms up. Return to warrior one. Exhale, hands down. They frame the right foot. Ball of the back foot, step back, high plank. Lower down however it serves you. Inhale to a back bend if that works. Exhale to downward facing dog. Left leg reaches up on an inhale. Knee to nose round the back. And then left leg up. Knee to nose round and step. Back heel grounds down on that angle. Rise up warrior one. So it's a lunge in the front knee. Good. So you can square the torso and the hips for the most part forward. Take the hands to the waist, straighten the left knee, and then bow. May not go very far, don't force it. Active in the legs and the breath. Rebend the left knee, come back up warrior one. Exhale, plant palms, look forward. Step back, you can lower. Inhale to pull the heart forward and up. Exhale the hips up and back. The action of the heels is driving down, although they might not touch. Full breath here. Inhale to lift your heels and your hips. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Walk, step, or hop, feet to hands. Inhale, lengthen and lean forward. Exhale, bow and fold. Inhale, chair pose, bend the knees, sink the hips, reach the arms. Exhale, rise to stand. Good, inhale, swoop the arms up. Nice full breath. Exhale, side lean to the right. Don't be afraid to express your pose. Inhale through center. Exhale, other side. Practicing, expressing you. Inhale through center. Exhale, bow forward. Bend the knees, inhale. Chair pose. And bow, exhale. Stay with me here. Look forward, inhale. Left foot steps back. Tap the back knee, sink the hips, exhale. Remember this one? Come forward, left hand down. Right arm now can peel all the way up if the shoulder's ready. Drop the right hand down, look forward. Step left foot up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold and send the right foot back. Tap down, sink back. If you know where you're going, you can always go ahead of me. And then come forward, dragonfly twist. That's the right hand down and the left arm peeling up. Good, left hand lands, step back, high plank, and lower. Inhale, heart forward and up. Exhale, hips up and back. Right leg reaches up, inhale.
Just one time, knee to nose, step right through. Warrior one, back heel down, rise, reach. Hands to waist, straighten and fold. Maybe you go a little deeper this time. Back to warrior one, inhale. Chaturanga Dandasana, exhale. Plant the palms. If you're not familiar with that pose, drop down to the knees. Breathe your way back to down dog. Meet us there. Left leg up, inhale. Knee, nose. Step forward. Back heel. Rise, reach. Straighten waist and fold. Bend and reach. Warrior one. Hands plant. Step back. Do your best. Lower down. Inhale, glide heart forward. Exhale, lift hips up and back. We're working to build some heat here. You need a break, you take a break. Lift heels, bend knees, look forward, walk, step, or hop. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, inhale. This time, let's bring the hands to prayer heart center and add a chair twist. Take a twist to the right. It might mean that you hook. It might mean you don't. Inhale through center. Exhale, other side. Inhale through center. Exhale, rise to stand. Got ya. Inhale, rise up and reach. Juliana's laughing at me. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, other side. Everything is impermanent. Inhale through center. Exhale, bow, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Left foot steps back. Tap the back knee. Sink hips. Straighten. Crawl forward. Find your twist. Left hand down, right arm up. Right hand lands. Step feet together. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right foot back. Tap. Shift back. Come forward. Plant right hand and twist to the left. Excellent. Left hand down. Chaturanga. Step back. You can always skip it. And meet us in dog. From dog, right leg reaches up. Let's see what you remember here. Stepping. Rising. Straighten, fold. Come back up to that warrior one. Hands down. Flow to down dog. Take it on the other side. See if you can start to trust your mind's muscle connection. I'll give you a visual demo here if you need it. Try to tap into this skill of trusting yourself. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. We can be the reason to find the strength to carry on. In a world that's so divided, we shall overcome. We can be the Lift your heels and your hips. Bend your knees, look forward. Feet to hands. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Rise up to stand and reach. Hands by your side, exhale. If you're familiar with the sun salutation A, that's what we're doing here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bow, fold. Feel the movement. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, glide heart. Exhale, lift hips. Few breaths here. ready, you move to top of mat. You're welcome to start your free flow here and fold. We don't do this every class, but sometimes we do. Arms reach. Exhale, stand. I'll give you a visual demo here if you need it. If you know the sequence, you can just rock out to it.
What could I say to every woman who was ever told by a man to try to reach too high? What could I say to every girl who was betrayed and told to keep?
If there's just portions that you remember, you can do that. See if you can tap into that constant of your breath, fluctuations of the body and the mind. Allow them to melt into each other.
Into the ocean, seeing them spread ripples around the world. Let me hear you say, whoa, 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 yeah, yeah.
One breath at a time.
Everybody say, whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah, whoa, yeah. 'Cause we could be the healer.
Next time you're in downward facing dog, let's meet there. You might need a child's pose before it. You might want a chaturanga push-up before it, right? Make the practice yours. Reach the right leg up, inhale. Right foot steps on the outside of the right hand. So this is a new move for this class. We didn't do it yet tonight, meaning spread the fingers nice and wide. Good, you're in lizard lunge. See if you can connect your right arm to your right leg. And now give it a little rock forward and back. Good, tap your back knee down. Untuck your back toes. Take your left hand out to the left. You can crawl it off the mat even. And then take your right hand to the inner right thigh. Twist to the right. You might find that right foot start to peel up. You can let it. Good, and then walk the hands back so that they're under the shoulders. Tuck the back toes, return to lizard, and before we move on, just pay attention to squeezing the arm into the leg and the leg into the arm. And as you rock forward and back, take a few of those. See how the hands react to more and less weight in them. Good. Step back, downward facing dog. Left leg reaches up, inhale. Left foot on the outside of the left hand, exhale. So it might take a few breaths for you to just settle in here. Do your best. Drive the left heel down. Pull the right hip forward. Squeeze the leg into the arm and the arm into the leg. Play between active and static. And then rocking forward and back. And then tap the back knee down. Take the right hand out to the right. Take the left hand to the inner left thigh. You untuck the back toes. You can allow the left foot to turn out to the left slightly. It depends on your hips. Another full breath here. And then take the hands back underneath the shoulders. Return back to lizard lunge. Feel that mind-muscle connection. Now when you press into the hands and grip through the fingers, see if you can dome the upper back a little bit. So you feel the shoulder blades separating. And step back, downward facing dog. Nice work. Lift the heels and the hips, bend the knees, look forward, feet to hands, top of mat. Inhale, lengthen and lean. Exhale, bow and fold. Good, and then rise up to stand. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, hands by your side. Take your left knee in towards your chest as you reach your arms up. Inhale. Pause here, activate the standing leg. Then bring your hands to prayer heart center. Tip your weight forward and kick your left leg back. So torso tips forward, left leg kicks back, left toes point down, warrior three. See if maybe you can reach the arms out in front of you. And observe your foot. What does that one foot balancing your whole body, what does it do to keep you standing? Good, and then rise back up to stand. Pull the left knee into the chest and drop the left foot down, drop the arms. Good, reach the arms up. Take it on the other side, right knee to chest. Here's your chance to activate the standing leg. Drive the left heel down, you'll feel the glute fire up. Smooth the breath. Hands to prayer. Don't judge the movement, just feel the movement. Tip forward. Do your best. You might micro bend the standing knee, and that's okay. That can help stabilize. Maybe you find stillness, maybe you don't. Honestly, it really doesn't matter. Tune into your body, how intelligent it is. Now your left foot, your left leg working so hard. Hands back to prayer, heart center. Pull the right knee into your chest. Good, and drop the foot down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bow and fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, bow, fold. Rise up to stand, inhale, arms reach. Hands by your side, exhale. Chair pose, bring the hands to prayer, heart center. This time, take your left ankle and cross it over your right for a figure four chair. And maybe you rock the weight forward a little bit and lift the right heel up. Observe how that shift changes the job of the standing foot. Good, and then come back through center. You can rise to stand, drop the legs, drop the arm. And then other side when you're ready. Bend down, figure four. Of course, you can gradually go into any of these movements. And maybe you rock the weight forward and back, lifting the left heel up. I've got a little toe situation going on, so Making the modifications here that are appropriate. Good. Drop the right foot down. Rise to stand. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, bow and fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Separate the feet just a little bit. Exhale, bow and fold. Chair pose, inhale. And then lift the heels and shoot the arms back like a cape. Exhale. So feel the back body fire up. And observe what it feels like for your chest to pull forward, for you to lean forward. Good, and then melt the heels down. Rise all the way up to stand. Swoop the arms up and back. Exhale, bow and fold. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Step the left foot back, exhale. Tap the back knee down, half split. Crawl forward for dragonfly twist. Left hand down, right arm up. Drop the right hands. Step feet together. Inhale, lengthen and lean. Exhale, right foot goes back. Drop the right knee. Sink back, half split. Come forward, take your twist. Good, left hand comes down. Step back, high plank. Lower all the way to your belly. Untuck the toes. Walk the hands out nice and wide. And take one cobra here. Inhale, roll the shoulders up, back and down. Lift the heart. Good, and then paint the body back down. Hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, high plank, engage. Downward facing dog, exhale. 3 times we'll do high plank, down dog. Feel the weight come forward. And then back, downward facing. 2 more times. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Last one. Lift the heels. Bend your knees, look forward. Walk, step, or hop. Inhale, lengthen and lean. Exhale, bow and fold. You might want to scoot back a little bit on the mat here. Bend the knees. Sink the hips like you're going to chair pose, and then lift the heels up. You'll stay nice and low. Take the arms to the inside of the legs. You might have to walk the feet out or make an adjustment there. You're not as wide as Malasana, but a similar feeling. Take the hands to prayer, and then take the hands in front like you're doing a chaturanga with your arms. Go ahead, squeeze the legs into the arms and the arms into the legs. This may be where you're working your crow balance today. Crow balance is an arm balance, so I'll ask you to tip forward. Place the wrists underneath the shoulders. Okay, so tip the weight forward. Heels are lifted. Start to shift your weight into your hands. Get light, and then rock back. Some of you did this the other night with me. It's just a little rock and roll crow. So shift the weight forward. Allow the hands to get smart. Grip the mat like the feet would, and then come back. A few more times. Without overthinking it, shifting forward, squeezing legs. Once you start to feel a little bit more familiar and comfortable, see if you can really press the mat away like you would in a plank pose. And maybe each time you rock forward, you get a little more comfortable, lifting the foot or one foot or both feet off the mat. When both feet are off the mat, you squeeze and hold and breathe. Take a few more without giving up. Ask yourself, how often do I walk around on my hands? If it doesn't feel comfortable, that's quite normal. Good. And if you feel done and complete, you'll step back, high plank. Lower down, take it down to the mat. Untuck the toes. You can walk the hands out nice and wide and repeat that wide cobra, or you can come to Sphinx pose if that's your preference. On the forearms. In through the nose. Out through the nose. Good, and then lower down. Press the hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes. High plank, inhale. Back down dog, exhale. Take the knees, tap them down to the mat, and revisit that nice wide child's pose. Toes touch, hips sink back, heart melts down. Continue to smooth the breath. See if you can settle in a little deeper. Just preparing to shift gears.
All right, Jennifer, is this where your voice changes? Take another couple of deep breaths here in your child's pose. Oh, I need to share my music. Feel the inhales as you expand and the belly expands into the space, into your thighs. And the exhales as it pulls away and your body contracts. From here, we'll come into a pigeon pose. So roll forward into that high plank again, coming onto your toes. Exhale back to a downward facing dog, lifting the hips, melting down the heels. And then on an inhale, your right leg reaches up towards the sky. You get high here, pause here. And then as you exhale, cross your shin behind your wrists, parallel towards the front of the mat. Bringing the leg forward, right knee behind the right wrist, right ankle behind the left wrist, and then pause here, lifting the shoulders, lifting the gaze, shifting the hips just a little bit forward, finding a bit of a back bend. Let the gaze come up towards the ceiling, towards the back of the room. Find a back bend, find space. And then as you exhale, walk the hands forward and fold over that right leg. And then find some stillness here. We'll pause in these shapes for a few breaths, for a few minutes. Sensation into your body. noise come into your mind, and see if you can bring your attention back to your breath. Notice if your mind calls for movement here. You get stuck on this being permanent and wondering when the end will ever come. Notice that that's just a thought, let it pass. Your attention come back to your breath. Take another couple of deep breaths. Inhale, and exhale. And finally, walk the hands back below the shoulders, press into the mat, and ride the inhale up, back up into that back bend, letting the gaze come back up towards the ceiling or the back of the room behind you. You might take it a little bit further, bending that back knee. Maybe you reach for the back foot. Maybe you let go of that entirely and just hang out here in the back bend and enjoy the sensation of being here. If you've taken that bind, let it go. Turning the foot back down to the mat, tuck the back toes into the mat, press the hands into your mat, hips reach up towards the ceiling, and right leg reach up towards the sky. And then on an exhale, bring the right foot back down towards the mat. Take an inhale here and an exhale. And then on the next inhale, your left leg reaches up towards the sky. Hold here for just a beat. And then as you exhale, cross the shin behind your wrist, your left knee behind your left wrist, your left ankle behind your right wrist. Shift the hips back just a little bit, untuck the back toes, and then find that back bend here, finding a little bit of space. Gaze comes up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, fold forward. I like to walk my hands forward as I do that. And then just let the body drape over the left leg. And we talked about this idea of permanence and impermanence. I reflected on that star in the sky, Saturn and Jupiter together. And how we tend to see things like stars as permanent, but this is an impermanent star that comes and goes. And yet there's a pattern to it. 400 years ago, humans shared the same experience. 80 years from now, they will share it again. Your attention come to your breath. Take another couple of breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. Then walk your hands back under your shoulders. Press into the hands to lift the shoulders and lift your gaze again back towards the ceiling. Find that back bend. And you can stay here, or maybe you bend that back knee and reach back for the back foot. Either hand, both hands, top of the head to the bottom of the foot, or you just ignore me altogether. Took the bind, you bent that leg, gently let that go, return the leg back towards the mat. And then this time, rather than coming back up to downward facing dog, we'll do the transition a little bit differently. So shift your weight into your left hip, and then swoop your right leg around towards the front of the mat so that you're facing the front of the mat, both legs are in front of you. Pause here and notice how it feels, the sensation in your legs. Maybe you windshield wiper your feet left and right, toes come back towards your head if not. And from here, we'll come into a wide-legged forward fold. If you prefer to turn towards the side of your mat, you can do that. And then spread your legs as wide as is comfortable for you. Have a block, you might like to sit on the block. Then pause here, and you might even move some of the flesh out from underneath your sits bones, just as a way to encourage the bend from the hip flexors and from your hip joints rather than the back. And then as you exhale, walk your hands forward, folding between the legs and going as far as your body will allow till you get to the point of sensation, and then you pause there. And let the weight of your body and the force of gravity slowly work its magic on your muscles. So when we talked about this idea of impermanence, the other thing that came to mind was just the feeling of permanence in 2020 of the viruses and the issues that have come up, and this idea that it just feels like it will never end. But it will. Ultimately, everything is impermanent. Everything passes. Our challenge is to be here, to live through it, to breathe through it, to be alive in the moment for whatever that is. And just as Saturn and Jupiter will eventually again come together, other things will happen, other disasters, other joys, all impermanent. And we breathe and exist. Ease into the sensation. Let the sensation come into your body. Be still. Five more deep breaths. Taking your 5 breaths. Gently and mindfully walk your hands back towards the hips, lifting the body slowly, feeling the sensations of the body. Pause here. Bring the soles of your feet together, coming to Baddha Konasana. Knees are going to go out to the side. The soles of the feet are going to come together. You might bring your feet together and then bring the soles of the feet together, or let's take it all the way out to the side into the center. Let your thumbs come into the inner arches of your feet, pressing into the inner arches, hands on the outside. Lengthen your spine and the crown of the head towards the ceiling. And you stay here as you exhale, fold forward again. Just have this different sensation. Wide-legged. Just sitting straight up now. Just to let that go and let your body drape over the legs. Take another couple of breaths here, right where you are. And gently rise your body once again, extending the crown of the head up towards the ceiling, lifting through the spine. And then extend your legs on the mat. Sit again with the legs straight. Note the sensation here. Now you may turn back towards your mat lengthways. So if you turn to the side, to turn back towards the front. And then I'd like to take everybody through a supported back bend. I don't know if everybody has a block or a blanket. So hopefully you have a block, or if you have a blanket that you could roll up, or if you have a pillow, a stiff pillow, then what I'm going to recommend is that you keep that next to your hips and then come back onto your back. If you don't have anything, then fold forward and then we'll come into a Sphinx pose. So if you don't have anything to support your back, I think it'll be better to go forward into a Sphinx pose. So if you do have a block or a blanket or something you can put under your sacrum, from here, just come straight onto your back. If you don't have it, then come forward onto your belly. So for those of you who are on your bellies, you can just start coming into a Sphinx pose. You bring your forearms onto the mat, and your your shoulders are right over your elbows. So Jennifer will demonstrate that one. And then Jennifer, I'll have you go all the way back onto your back again so that you can do the other pose. And then if you're coming into a supported back bend, bend your knees so that your heels come back towards your hips so that you can touch the backs of your heels. And then as you inhale, lift the hips, tuck the shoulders underneath your body. Clasp hands under your sacrum. We'll just do this a couple of times to warm up the back. Exhale, lower down, unclasp the hands. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And then inhale, lift. And then this time, if you can grab that block or that blanket or that pillow and put it just under your sacrum and then lower down onto the block so that you still feel that stretch, but you don't have to hold the hips up high. And then you can begin to walk your legs out towards the end of your mat, towards the front of your mat, to a point that feels comfortable. You can keep them bent and be gentle with your back. If you go too far, then walk your feet back again. If you'd like, you can extend your arms up alongside your ears. And again, find stillness wherever you are. Take another couple of breaths here. If you're in that supported back bend on your back, begin to walk your feet back towards your hips, taking it slowly. Let your arms come back by your side. Press into your shoulders and your feet to lift the hips and then remove the blanket or the block or the pillow or whatever you have. If you're in a Sphinx pose, gently lower yourself down towards the mat. And then from here, you might windshield wiper the feet back and forth. If you're on that Sphinx pose, then make your way towards your back. You can either go through child's pose and do all of that, or you can just flip right over. It doesn't matter where your head is. And then bring your knees into your chest and bring them in tight, wrapping your arms around the legs. Roll around just a little bit on that lower back. Give yourself a massage. And then let the knees fall off to the right side. Your arms come to a T, shoulders are flat on the mat. And the gaze comes off to the left, completing the rotation of the spine.
Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka 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 Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu.
Take another couple of breaths here.
Loka Samasta
Inhale your knees into your chest.
Sukhino
Again, pull them in tight. Find that gentle massage. And then let them fall off to the left side. Arms come to a T. And your gaze comes to the right.
Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Sukhi no
Take another couple of breaths here. Inhale your knees into your chest, coming onto your back, and then bring the knees in tight. At the same time, take a big inhale here and feel tight and feel full and engage the muscles of the body and get tense. And then as you exhale, let it go. Legs outstretched long on the mat, arms by your side. And just let your body melt into your mat. Feel the pull of gravity. And be. Begin to once again deepen the breath. Feeling the expansion of the inhales, the contractions of the exhales. Slowly invite movement back into the body, starting with the fingers and the toes, extending to the wrists and the ankles, and then eventually allowing your arms to float up alongside your ears as you reach for the back of the room, with your fingertips in the front of the room with your toes. As you exhale, bring your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around the legs, and then roll off completely onto your right side, moving from Shavasana, corpse pose, to a fetal position, a symbol of rebirth. And then from here, press with your upper hand into the mat, coming up to seated. See if you can keep the eyes closed. Legs crossed, palms pressed in front of the heart space, chin bow. And just take a moment here for gratitude. I thank you for allowing me to guide you this evening. It's been a privilege. Thank you, Jennifer. Namaste.
Thank you, Jeff. That was
Thank you,
beautiful.
everyone. That was my first time ever teaching virtually, so definitely different than being in the room, but thank you very much. Lovely to see all of you. It is just, I have to say, this whole pandemic thing is awful in every way, but it is so humanizing to see everybody's houses and know that it looks just like my house with messy beds and things falling apart and all kinds of other stuff. And I feel actually really close to you guys, even though we're so far apart. So that's really interesting to me. But great to see some of you here I haven't seen for a while. And yeah, and now we're going to add me to the schedule, right, Jennifer?
Yes, we are.
So we'll figure out when exactly and how exactly we're going to do that. But I will be joining the Superhuman Soul team here. So
Yay. Yeah, that's coming in January. It's a technical thing. We just have to figure out how to add them to the website. That's all.
But fortunately, I've got next week off. So
Technology. Yeah. So I'll definitely let everybody know. But thank you for practicing with us, joining us as always. Thank you for bringing your energy